Hey guys, welcome to the Cycle of Life with TES podcast, where we say no to vices and yes to change from inside out. And I am your host Atiba Teslim, and on today's episode we will talking about overcoming imposter syndrome, a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Imposter syndrome is a psychological pattern in which individuals doubt their accomplishments and have a persistent, often irrational fear of being exposed as frauds. Despite their achievements, people with imposter syndrome believe they are not truly capable or qualified and that they have fooled others into thinking they are more competent than they really are. This syndrome affects millions of people worldwide, regardless of their background, intelligence, or accomplishments. In this episode, we will explore the concept of imposter syndrome, its symptoms, causes, and consequences. We will also discuss strategies for overcoming imposter syndrome, including recognizing and challenging negative thoughts, building self-compassion, and developing a growth mindset. Symptoms of imposter syndrome. Individuals with imposter syndrome may experience a range of symptoms, including feeling like a fraud or a fake, difficulty accepting praise or recognition, fear of being discovered as incompetent, overemphasizing mistakes and weaknesses, downplaying achievements and accomplishments, feeling like they don't belong or are not truly part of a group or community, constantly seeking validation and approval from others, comparing themselves unfavorably to others, feeling anxious or stressed about being exposed as a fraud. Causes of imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome can arise from a combination of factors, including childhood experiences and messages, social and cultural pressures, personal characteristics and traits, trauma and adversity, fear of failure and success. Consequences of imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome can have serious consequences on an individual's mental and emotional well-being, relationships, and career. Some of the consequences include anxiety and stress, depression and burnout, self-doubt and low self-esteem, difficulty forming and maintaining relationships, missed opportunities and stagnation in career advancement. Strategies for overcoming imposter syndrome. Fortunately, imposter syndrome is not a fixed condition, and individuals can overcome it with the right strategies and support. Here are some strategies for overcoming imposter syndrome. Recognize and challenge negative thoughts. Build self-compassion and self-acceptance. Develop a growth mindset. Seek support from others. Practice mindfulness and self-care. Reframe mistakes and failures as opportunities for growth. Focus on strengths and accomplishments. Set realistic goals and celebrate achievements. Lastly, imposter syndrome is a common psychological pattern that affects millions of people worldwide. It can have serious consequences on an individual's mental and emotional well-being, relationships, and career. However, with the right strategies and support, individuals can overcome imposter syndrome and develop a more authentic and empowered sense of self. By recognizing and challenging negative thoughts, building self-compassion, and developing a growth mindset, individuals can break free from the constraints of imposter syndrome and achieve their full potential. Please note that this is a general podcast and not a substitute for professional help. If you're struggling with imposter syndrome, it's essential to seek help from a mental health professional. If you need any advice or have specific requirements, feel free to ask by commenting below or send a voice message directly to me. Thanks for listening to the Cycle of Life with TES podcast, where we say no to vices and yes to change from inside out.